Hi fam, our latest will be about Helen Zille, ANC and Government of National Unity. Let's follow up on that. Helen Zille said part of their agreement with the ANC to form Government of National Unity was to ensure that there is stability within the country. She further said for the sake of stability, they are not going to entertain Phala Phala farm saga going forward, meaning that they are not going to be voting in favor of the motion to remove Ramaphosa. What Zille said was received with different emotions. Others said Ramaphosa sold out for his freedom. In the next slide, listen to part of the things she said when she was being interviewed. Let us know of your take regarding this as well. And that's all we have for now. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you again in the next update. Bye.
And it can be nothing to do with the mayor's performance.
Yeah.
It can be everything to do whether the other side offered them a better deal and they want to bring down the government. We have to stop that. Otherwise, government is so inherently unstable that you cannot govern.
Yeah. Given that there are these agreements at national level, can we expect that to start trickling down at local government as well, where we start seeing the ANC and the DA work together, say in Ekurhuleni, in Johannesburg as well?
I do think that's a possibility. In fact, we mentioned it at a particular period in our discussions.
Yeah.
Because we have, as you know, extreme instability in the metros in particular, where no party's got an overall majority in either Ekurhuleni, Tshwane, Johannesburg, or Nelson Mandela Bay, and nor eThekwini, which is chaotic. And so, obviously, if there had been thresholds, we would have had coalitions of about 3 or 4 parties, which is manageable. But to have coalitions of 11 parties, you just can't even get off the starting blocks there. So we did mention that we might definitely, seeing how this goes, if there was good faith all round, etc., that we would definitely see if we could replicate something at local government level to bring stability and to enable us to just get some basic service delivery happening. I mean, I was driving around Johannesburg with my colleague last night, and we were counting how many streetlights were working and where the traffic lights weren't working. You cannot run a city like that. You just cannot. Why is it so impossible to fix the streetlights? Have all the cables been stolen? Why is it so impossible to fix the traffic lights? I don't understand that.
Yeah. Okay, so before we wrap up, I want to give the listeners an opportunity to ask some questions. I've got a question now from, who's this now? It says, good morning, Clement. May you please pose for me these questions to Helen Zille. The first one is, will the DA support the impeachment of President Cyril Ramaphosa on the Phala Phala matter if this issue is resuscitated in Parliament?
Well, we will only support the impeachment if the evidence suggests that there should be an impeachment, but I don't think we are now in a position, given the fact that we have signed a statement of intent, to start impeaching a president we've just voted for. That was the agreement we've made. We haven't said in future that we will never ever do anything, but we will not support a motion of no confidence in the president, because that was part of the agreement. We said we will not support a motion of no confidence in him, and that is definitely part of the agreement. But if any evidence emerges of criminal wrongdoing or something like that, we would have to take a look at the issues and deal with them inside the Government of National Unity, no question. We cannot be held hostage, but we have voted for Cyril Ramaphosa, and we've agreed that we won't make the government unstable by voting votes of no confidence in each other all the time. Yeah.
Next question is, as the DA, obviously it's the prerogative of the president when it comes to the constitution of cabinet, but of course there must be some kind of consultation. But as the DA, what are the ministries you think you can make the most meaningful impact in when you are part of government? What are you looking at?
Cyril, Cyril. Clement, I can't dare to say, because if I say, the president won't give them to us. I've just got to be very careful, Yeah. Obviously, there are some fantastic ministries that we think we could make a big impact in to advance our manifesto and our promise to the voters. We'd very much like to have those. But this is a matter for discussion between our leader, John Steenhuisen, and the president.
Okay, but how many posts are you looking at? Would you be happy with 4 as the DA? 5?
No, well, we had a clause 16 in the agreement, which talks about broad proportionality, right? It doesn't use those exact words anymore because in the last minute we were going backwards and forwards, but the president is bound to take seriously the outcome of the election and the proportionality between different parties in the outcome of the election while constituting his cabinet.
Okay. And then another question here from Heitzani says, hi Clement, please can you ask about the deputy presidency? Did the DA, are they hoping that the president may announce a deputy president from the Democratic Alliance?
We did not push for the deputy president. We would rather have delivery portfolios.
Okay. Kustas, you calling us from Midrand. What